Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Quanie, the podcast. Let's get real today. We're talking about friendships. We love our friends, right? We count on them. We expect them to get us, to just know us. And with that, we create this unspoken rule book in our heads. How they'll show up, how they'll understand, how they'll absolutely just get it. But what happens when they don't? What happens when a friend acts in a way that breaks that rule book, that expectation you've been holding on to? That moment, I know it might be jarring, it can feel like a betrayal, but today we're flipping that. What if those very moments, those very people who defy your expectations are actually your greatest teachers? What if they are here to teach you the power of acceptance? Let's be honest, we all have expectations. They come from our past, from what society tells us about friendship, what society tells us about what friendship should be, even from our own unmet needs. We expect a friend to instinctively know when we need support, to react exactly how we would. And we build this perfect picture of the relationship in our minds. And when that reality doesn't match that picture, that's when the hurt starts. It's not just disappointment, it's frustration. It can even be anger, I've seen in some cases. It's hard to let go of these expectations because they feel like they're a part of the friendship, part of our own security. And I've been there. I've thought, how could they not see this? Or if they truly cared, they would have done X, Y, and Z. The gap between what you expect and what you get, it feels huge. And carrying that weight can be draining for both you and the friendship. But here's where the power comes in. Here's where the real growth happens. What if those friends who don't get it the same way you do are actually giving you a powerful gift? A gift of a new perspective, a lesson in letting go, and a strong push towards just accepting people for who they are and where they are. Understand this, people are wired differently. Everyone does not think the same as you. Everyone does not have the same consciousness as you, or the same beliefs, or even the same experiences. They have their own ways of showing love, their own way of communication, their own way of expressing themselves and their own priorities. Their inner logic might make no sense to yours. And in that difference, there's a lesson. In any friendship, it can force you to look inside and ask, can I accept this person exactly as they are without needing them to change for me? That's a huge question, and something that I probably need to ask myself a lot more. So this isn't about being a doormat, absolutely not. This isn't about accepting bad behavior either. It's about accepting who they are at their core. I remember a friend whose direct way of speaking used to really bother me. I expected a softer touch, but over time I chose to see that directiveness came from honesty, and it pushed me to be more direct, to not always expect others to guess my feelings. That friend taught me the power of clear, direct honesty, and it was a step in my own growth. And let's talk about connecting when you're far apart. A quick life note on maintaining long distance relationships. When your friends are miles away, your expectations can get even trickier. You can't just meet for coffee or in person hug, but this is where acceptance really shines. It's about truly being supportive, even from afar. It's about being intentional, finding new ways to connect for both you and the other person. A text, a video call. I love sending birthday cards when I can, a small gesture. Anything goes. Even if you're really only there to show up for the big moments in your friend's life, I think that it's very crucial and important. So understand that supportive might look different across the miles, and accept that your friendship has its own unique rhythm. The main thing, be real, be supportive, and adjust your expectations to the reality of the distance. I like to share something very crucial. This is a non-negotiable. True acceptance never means giving up your own well-being or crossing your own boundaries. Accepting a friend for who they are does not mean you accept any behavior that comes from them, period. You accept their spirit, their journey, their unique self, even if it's wildly different from yours. But if their actions consistently cause discomfort, disrespect, or harm, that's when your self-worth kicks in. That's when you draw your line. You can accept them as a person, but you decide that certain behaviors are not accepted into your space. And I do believe that you have to be aware and you have to hold people responsible for the energy that they bring to you. Because if you don't, they will just bring you anything. And it looks different in different scenarios, but I'm a firm believer in that you have to be responsible for the energy that you allow and the energy that you create. And I'm very mindful of how I resonate with people or what I project myself off to be to people because they'll remember. I really do believe in that quote. People might not remember exactly everything you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. I learned this by truly listening to my gut. If a friend's pattern consistently drains my energy or makes me feel unheard, that's a signal. It's about clear, honest talks, saying what you need without judging them. It's about protecting your peace, your energy. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is accept that a friendship needs to change or that its current form isn't healthy for you anymore. Another life note, recognizing red flags in friendships. These flags aren't always big, loud warnings. No. Sometimes they're quiet whispers, often hidden in a tone of voice or a casual comment. Famous story. She was shopping with a friend, and Oprah picked out another black dress, and the friend said, "Oh, you're getting another black dress?" And it wasn't the words, it was the tone, that subtle judgment, that hint of negativity. And Oprah knew instantly that was a red flag, and it showed something deeper, a lack of real support, maybe even envy. These moments where a comment leaves you feeling small or questioned are critical. They are signals from your intuition telling you to pay attention. Accept the person, yes, but protect your energy and adjust your boundaries. This truth is perfectly shown in a journey I've seen. It's about an individual who, for years, poured heart into connections that left them completely drained. They gave generously, they listened, they showed up, but nothing came back. They expected love to be constant giving, even when they felt less and less valuable. For a long time, this individual struggled. They accepted others for who they were, yes, but they weren't accepting how these draining patterns hurt them. The big lesson, the emotional core they had to face was realizing their worth wasn't tied to endless giving. It took huge courage, but this person slowly, lovingly started to close the door on those old patterns. Not from anger, but from a powerful act of self love. And they had to accept that those relationships as they were couldn't give them what they truly deserved. And by making that space and by honoring their own need for real two-way love, they opened their life to connections that truly nourish them, where their heart could give and receive fully. And that was a powerful lesson in acceptance, not just of others, but for their own deepest needs. And I always remind people that if you are currently around people who are not treating you the way you feel you deserve to be treated, there are other people out there who will speak to you in the way you want to be spoken to and treat it in the way you want to and will show up on time for your parties and X, Y, and Z. Just a reminder. In the end, our friendships are powerful mirrors. When friendships don't meet our expectations, it's not a flaw in them. It's an invitation for deep inner work in ourselves. It's a chance to look at our own rigid rules, our need for control, and what we think things should be. Because as you learn to accept others for their beautiful, messy, unique selves, you automatically give that same kindness and understanding to your own beautiful, messy, unique self. And that, my friends, is the true payoff. So I encourage you to think about the friends who have pushed your buttons the most. How have they maybe surprisingly been your greatest teachers? What lessons and acceptance did they bring to your door? Thank you for joining me on this deep, empowering journey today. If this episode spoke to you, if it sparked something, please share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth. Rate us and subscribe. Your support means the world, and it helps us keep these vital talks coming. Until next time, keep embracing the unexpected, keep growing, and keep seeing things differently.